Hey everyone, it's your best friend Pete, part-time exile. Want to go over the Puppeteer Ascendancy. It's from the Templar. I believe it was released yesterday with 3 others. Actually, I want to concentrate more of the Putrid Conscription Ascendancy node, where it says your minions spread a Caustic ground on death, dealing 30% of their maximum life as chaos damage per second. So this takes the place of the unique belt slot Siegebreaker, where it has minions spread Caustic ground on death, dealing 20%. So the Ascendancy node is a 10% increase of the max life from the unique belt Siegebreaker. And then Graveyard Shift, each nearby course 1% increased movement speed. I swear there's usually a cap with the movement speed you can get, but looks like you're going to be able to get a lot of movement speed. But anyway, the ones that I can concentrate on is Raised Zombie does not require a corpse, and your Raised Zombies count as a corpse. So that also takes the place of the unique glove slot, Aukunas Will, where it also does not require a corpse, and they count as corpses. However, the gloves also had up to 100% increased maximum life of Raised Zombie. So you'd be losing out on a bit of life, but you gain a free glove slot and you gain a free belt slot. So with the belt slot, you could exchange it with the Darkness Enthroned, that has up to 100% increased effect of Socket Abyss gems. You could use Essences of Fear on a belt because it has minions have increased up to 30% increased max life, so it's pretty good. And then you can also use this on a glove. This is minions do up to 30% increased damage, pretty good. But personally, I think I'm gonna go with if it works, a replica Siegebreaker, which has your minions spread Burning Ground on death, dealing 20% of their max life as fire damage. So it doesn't say that you can't get both replica or both Burning Ground and Caustic Ground, so I'm hoping it works, because this is about half the amount of DPS as this 30% node here for the Caustic Ground. So, and also you'd be using Montregul's Grasp, because this provides Raised Zombies have plus 5,000 to max life. So a nice chunk of health that you could be doing. The most important way in order to be able to proc the death of the zombie is to use a Detonate Dead. You can self-cast it manually yourself. I don't know if you can use Detonate Dead of Scavenging or not. I haven't tried, because it says cannot detonate corpses created by skills like Desecrate or Unearth. So maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. It probably works, and it does do a nice chunk of damage, because your zombies will probably have about 600-700,000 health. So 35% of that is, or 30% of that is like 300,000 damage or something. So if you wanted to self-cast it, you could. If not, you could actually attach Aranist Brand with Detonate Dead to attempt to do this. All right, well, I decided to just boot it up and show. So I have Aranist Brand attached with more duration and Detonate Dead. I have a level you can use, it doesn't matter. I just had a 2120 in my gem slot, so I just grabbed it, but again, just to showcase. So let me change this to Aranist Brand. Monsters. Okay, so minions, they don't die. In order to proc it, again, you need Detonate Dead. So cast an Aranist Brand, and Aranist Brand will pop all the monsters. And they're dead. And then you will just cast your zombies, and the Aranist Brand automatically casts Detonate Dead for you. And the Aranist Brand on a level 1 lasts for 5.5 seconds. Or did I level it up by accident? Okay, I think I leveled it up. But anyway, it should last about 5 seconds, and that's with more duration. So for 5 seconds, you just need to cast your zombie. And the Caustic Ground does not stack. It's just one of them. You see this green puddle? That's the Caustic Ground. So we can take off Arcanist Brand. Don't need duration. Put in Detonate Dead. And you can self-cast the Detonate Dead if you would like. However, that's slightly more painful, in my opinion. That's only if you don't want the damage from the Detonate Dead. Because I think it should be a sizable chunk of damage. And there we go. Not that bad. There is also something where you could use Bubonic Trail because it has the level 20 Death Walk ability. And Death Walk is while you walk, this skill causes corpses near your steps to explode, dealing fire damage in an area. Okay, so this is what it would look like with the Bubonic Trails. You're just walking and things die. So you just click one, boom, it's dead. Click one, boom, it's dead. Oops, accidentally pressed. But yeah. Walk around clicking the zombie. Again, only one Caustic Ground matters. So, not so bad. And honestly, Bubonic Trail is not that bad of a boot because it has up to 32% movement speed. This is not that great, but reduced duration elemental ailments, but also up to 24% increased reservation efficiencies. So that's pretty huge. So it's, again, not a terrible boot. If you didn't want to press Detonate Dead or cast Arcanist Brand with Detonate Dead, you could just use Bubonic Trail and just walk around. Yeah, you're pretty much a walking atomic bomb. Yeah, let me bring up the PoB real fast. All right, well, let me go over the actual zombie. There we go. So Raised Zombie itself has a built-in more max life per gem level attached to it, whereas the other ones do not have the increase or the more max life attached to it. So if you're thinking about using Raised Zombie of Falling, you'll lose about 60% more health because, again, each gem level provides 2% more health. So at gem level 20, it's 38% more health. However, you'll be about at level 30 with your gem levels, most likely. It's not that difficult to get if you use Replica Dragon Fang's Flight. So you'll be about level 30 to level 31. So you have about between 58 and 60% more max life on the zombie. So both of these trans gems do not have the more life attached to them. So you'd be losing a lot of damage if you went that way. And again, Caustic Ground does not stack. So even less reason to use Raised Zombie of Falling. Yeah, so SOLARBLZE, I'm going to use his PoB that he posted some time ago. I guess about a year and a half ago. Just a quick demonstration. If I can find it. All right, there we go. So I got rid of the glove slot. This Replica Siegebreaker is doing, and this is Uber DPS. It's doing about 600,000. However, that's void manipulation does not calculate in PoB. So this would be doing more like 700 or more like 800,000 Uber DPS. Again, not amazing, but it is a thing. And then if you went with and this is using Replica Dragon Fang's Flight, you add in Replica Siegebreaker, and this it's about half the DPS. It's about 250. However, you cannot use Void Manipulation with Replica Siegebreakers if you're going that way, because Void Manipulation has supported skills deal no elemental damage. So you'd probably be using Life Tap, most likely. However, that does add a steep life cost. So you would most likely have to find a way to mitigate that. And yeah, and the other thing is you would have to use Flammability, Wave of Conviction also if you want the Replica Siegebreaker route, because again, this is a more has a bunch of minus fire res. This gives exposure to minus 15 resistance to the enemy. So it is a, oh, there we go. It is a pretty big damage increase. So if you go back to regular Siegebreakers, it's about, again, 900. That's with life tap support. Again, life tap. But yeah, I this character, or the way he built it, I probably wouldn't build it like this. He was using just a regular ring or a regular amulet and whatnot, but he was trying to use Malagrau's Lens with Necromatic Aegis. So every time the zombie dies, 1%, it says nearby allies recover 1% of max life. So every time the zombie dies, the character would recover 1% of the zombie's max life. So it's a huge chunk. So the zombie has roughly 300,000 life. Well, it's probably more, but put Replica Siegebreaker on 400,000 life minimum, because you can get more than that. 1% of 4, what is that? But yeah, it is a chunk of life that you would recover. And then personally, what I would do, so if we head to PoEdb, we head to modifiers, just right here. I would probably use a shield, however, a bone shield, because it has +1 maximum minion, increased life and minion gems and stuff. So you would go down here to the special area, it has unset rings, bone rings, convoking rings, bone spirit shield. So you click the bone spirit shield, and on the prefixes, it has +1 minion skill gems. And then on a suffix, I would also get minions have increased max life. However, I would be using that as a shaper shield most likely, because I would probably want to get recover life on block. Sorry. But yeah, I'll probably get recover life on block if I was going life tap route. If you didn't want to do any of that, you want to go chaos inoculation or something, you could go recover energy shield when you block. But yeah, I would probably go this route instead of the recover 1% of life with Necromatic Aegis, because again, you have to anoint Necromatic, or not anoint, but you have to actually click on Necromatic Aegis, and you have to go in such a weird, you probably don't want to go that area. But yeah, in my opinion, this would be a better way to do it. And then you just try to get your block to be like 50% or something, and you go maybe glancing blows or something, because you're in the Templar area, not the Witch area. But yeah, in my opinion, I think the Puppeteer with the Putrid Conscription, you could probably get your minions to be at least 600-700,000 health with better, probably more min-maxed. And you saw that guy had about 450,000 life. His gear wasn't totally min-maxed, but yeah. Again, and we don't know what these small nodes are. I'm assuming they're probably minion life. I don't know actually, but I'm hoping it's minion life. But yeah, personally, I think I'm going to go with the Replica Siegebreaker route, because that adds a huge chunk of DPS. Probably, again, if you're doing about 1 million Uber DPS, this adds probably another 500-600,000 DPS. So you'd be doing about 1.5 million DPS. Also, Detonate Dead, again, does a nice chunk of damage if you want to spec into it yourself. I don't know how good it will be or how good this will be or any of these, but it is possible you could also do Detonate Dead. to have a nice chunk of damage. But yeah, in my opinion, I think the ascendancy is really good. Again, plus you have plus for the gems right here with the flesh puppets, so that's insane. And I also hope that the raised zombie size increases the caustic ground puddle also, because the Montregul's grass also has that. You have 25% increases raised zombie size, so that's 50% increased size in total. Hoping that, again, it also means the caustic ground puddle is bigger. But yeah, hopefully it pans out well. If you didn't want to go this route, you can easily just make a regular zombie. I don't think, if you did a zombies thing, I think you would go for Feeding Frenzy, Rotting Might, Marination, and either Enervating Presence or Hexbearer. So I don't know which one you would go. But for the Putrid Conscription route, you would go Putrid Conscription, obviously, Graveyard Shift, Flesh Puppets, and probably Hexbearer, because you get an additional curse. Also, that means you don't need to spec into oh my god, how do I not remember what it's called? Whispers of Doom. So you don't need to go to Whispers of Doom if you want with the Replica Siegebreaker route for flammability. But yeah, yeah, and again, this entire ascendancy seems really solid. I'm really curious how this works. This Marinate, I've never played Animated Guardian or Animate Weapon. It seems not terrible because it's an animated minion's melee attack still splash damage. Seems really good. But yeah, Putrid Conscription looks good. Replica Siegebreaker, hopefully it works. So you have both Caustic and Burning for the extra 500,000 DPS ish. And yeah, take care, have fun, and remember, you're the best. All right, so just a quick demonstration. If you wanted to use Minion Instability, because Minion Instability does not proc when you use Detonate Dead. So that's if you wanted an extra source of damage. So this is, minions, when they explode, deal 33% of their life as fire damage to surrounding enemies. So it's a nice chunk of damage. Again, similar to it. And if I plan on using Replica Siegebreakers along with the Ascendancy node Putrid Conscription, that should add, again, another few 100,000 DPS. So let's see, we'll click here. So in order for this to happen, you have to use the Selfish Shepherd unique ring from Ritual. It grants level 20 affliction, and affliction permanently afflicts any of your minions in an area, causing them to take physical damage over time. As it says at the bottom, 8% of their life as physical damage over time, increasing by 100% each second, and the life they lose is regenerated to you. So it's not bad. So we can just demonstrate this. Oh, this is a level 3 gem, and boom, get popped. So that was how many seconds? 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, about 2.5 seconds. All right. Again, if you're gonna be in, did I make a new waypoint? Again, these are level 1 zombies, or I guess level 3, whatever. So we just target them, and they popped, but they do no damage because, again, they're level 1. So we can switch to level 21, and we'll just let them do their thing and let them pop. Boom. They deal damage. The mini instability did damage. So we can wait here again. Boom. Popped. They're dead. They died by the mini instability hit, not by the putrid ground caused by Siegebreaker or the caustic ground. But yeah, if you wanted to utilize mini instability, you would have to use the Selfish Shepherd with the affliction curse.